Hello, and welcome to a Qigong, Spring Forest Qigong, balancing and healing energy session. I wanted to present this to you so you know what the possibilities are. First of all, I want to discuss what healing actually is. When I thought of healing, I thought perfect body, everything fixed, nothing going wrong. Is that an option that is really a functional expectation for me at the moment? Is it an instant? Is it a process? What is it? What is healing? What is healing to you? One of the definitions of healing can be just to feel good, to feel better. One can be to see a change, and I'm starting to bounce a little bit because I'm releasing to prepare myself. I'm just releasing extra energy in preparation for connecting with my mother's energy here to present to her a balancing session, an energetic balancing session that will aid in the process of healing. She's going to be 90 years old, will she be able to get up and walk and dance after this? Probably not. Might she feel some changes in her body that have opened and expanded it? Most likely so. And she'll be able to tell you, but we'll see. So in an energetic healing session, as a practitioner, I prepare myself. And so I'm doing my own bouncing at the moment just to release. And it's interesting that went to a yawn. So I'm releasing expectations of what I want to have happen. I am also doing this live. And so for me, I have a personal expectation that I want to present to you something that is maybe magical or mystical in some way. So I'm going to release that as well. And just settle into myself and my connection to the universe. And I ask, my mom has practiced this before, but if you're come to me for a balancing session and haven't practiced this before, I would simply ask you to breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, and release yourself into the feeling of an open-mindedness and a feeling of receiving and a feeling of love. So as I've bounced now, I'm going to just set my own intention for this practice. And I'm going to set that privately in my mind. I call upon the energy of my master in gratitude to use their healing powers through me. I say the password, which is I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I combine together as one. Now, I also know some of the challenges that my mother is dealing with physically. And so it's interesting that we want to often go to those symptoms, those specific symptoms. But I'm going to step into now a space called where we do detection. And because all of the physical symptoms that we have of any sort are all a blockage of energy. And so I'm going to just simply quiet my mind and still my mind and access my master's energy and seek to understand where there are blockages in mom's body at the moment that I can release today. So I'm not going to say, Mom is dealing with macular degeneration, I'm going to work on the macular degeneration. That's not my place. I'm going to see what is being presented today, what blockages I feel today, and how I can release those particular blockages. Our chi, I have chi, Mom has chi, we all have chi, is driven by our intention. My intention is to bring healing and joy and happiness to this body and to this soul and this mind. With that in mind, the chi knows where it needs to go first to heal on a foundational level. So my next step is going to be to do a detection of where I sense and feel energy blockages. So I'll close my eyes. mom is physically sitting in a chair here, but in my mind I can pick her up in 3D and I can move her around in my mind so that I can access all parts of her body without having to physically walk around her. So the two main areas that I've sensed a blockages are a bit in the back of the head here and a bit here in the chest, right, I would say from her throat to here. So now that I've detected those spaces that are presenting themselves to me today, I'm going to do what we call a 939 process. So to her navel, I'm going to send 9 strokes of beautiful white healing energy. Now we have energetic channels that run down our front of our body and upper back of our body. And in this healing process, we're healing ourselves too. The practitioner benefits as well. So right now my hands will go above her head and my left hand will run down her body and also down the front of my body. And my right hand will now run up the back of her body and up the front of my body. So this is a 939. I'm blessing her and I'm blessing me at the same time. We do that 3 times. Then we go back to the navel. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a preparatory state where I'm balancing the body and allowing the body to now be able to receive and open and release and receive. Now I'm going to take my sword fingers. This is covered in level 1. And I'm just going to open up, first of all, I'm going to open up just with just an energetic, it's almost like a little bit of a laser beam. I'm going to open up the C7 vertebrae right here. And I'm going to open the whole spine. And as I open it up with different feelings, I'm opening it up for release. Now I'm just allowing, personally for me, I envision butterflies that have been cocooning in this spine. And now that the spine is open, they've opened up their wings and they're taking with them every little bit of extra energy that is no longer serving this body. And it's going back to the universe. And these butterflies are leaving in joy and happiness. They've served their time. They're taking with them any extra energy that is no longer needed by this body, and by this mind and this spirit and this soul. And I feel them coming out faster up here in the C7 and up into the cervical vertebrae. The spine is where the central nervous system is housed. So we open the spine. So now that that's open and freer, I'm going to go to this head space where I felt that energy, a little bit of a blockage there. We want to be very careful with the head. We don't want to send a lot of energy to it in a very extreme manner. So with the head, and I've already opened the C7 and it's still open. So energy from the head that's been congested up here can drift down and can drop down out of the C7 and out of the cervical vertebrae and out. And as we release and open things up, we're going to put things back. It almost feels a little bit like an artist sculpting in soft clay, but being led into it intuitively by the clay. I'm going to go around to that throat and upper clavicle area. And I'm being careful not to go into the heart area. The heart area is also very delicate, and we don't approach the heart area from front on. You usually approach it from the side or the back. So I'm trying to be very precise with my energy up here. Continuing to call upon the energy of my master. Feeling to draw out energy, releasing energy. Feels like it's going right into my palm. And there are energetic centers in the center of our palm that connect to our heart. So as my personal heart energy of love connects through that center palm energy, that love draws out the extra energy that's ready to receive and return to the universe. As I feel these energies and ride these energies, I feel a whole release down the back of my neck personally. putting back into those spaces that unconditional love of the universe, that healing gratitude, that healing love. Beautiful healing chi. The spine is still open through all of this. Again, the sculpting of the energy. I'm going back to the open spine that was still releasing any extra energy that was the butterflies. There's just a few more butterflies left in here now. So now I'll close that spine again. And I opened it all the way down into the sacrum. Sculpting with warm clay. And we close with a 939 as well. 9 movements back into the lower dantian. Three movements in the governing channels. Nine movements back to the lower dantian. I invite my client to rub their hands together and harvest their own chi. Rubbing our hands on our face, massaging the face, saying 3 times, I love you. I love you, Roxy. Use your own name.
I love you, Johnny. I love you, Johnny.
I invite you, Mom, to rub your ears. Let me show you a little bit about the ears. Can you see?
Oh.
Sorry. Just going to take your ears and kind of unfold them.
Okay.
And then just do a gentle pull on the earlobes. So I'm going to give you a feeling. Just like this. And then gently pull. This and gently. And do that 9 times. Our ears have energetic meridian points for all of the organs in our body and all of the systems in our body. And so as we massage the ears, as we close off our session, it brings everything into balance again. Feeling better?
Are we still on?
Yeah, we're still on. If you'd like to share anything, you can. You can turn your head towards the phone if you wish.
Okay. I felt, for a while, I didn't feel the chair.
Good.
And I felt like whenever I try to take pictures from your
You can talk a little bit louder if you
beautiful
would.
home, to take pictures of your beautiful home, my iPad focuses on the screen.
Yes, out the windows.
And so, yeah, and so I have to go to one of the doors and go outside if I want to take a picture with a screen in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
While I was in that kind of almost a trance stage,
We call that the space between being and not being. In that trance stage, you're in the emptiness.
that screen was going like this. It was moving. It was like the little squares, with little lines in them, and it was moving past me, and my own form was in like a black or a dark silhouette. I couldn't see if it was me or if it was somebody else, but this was just sort of like pouring over me. And then after a while, I began to feel the chair again.
Beautiful.
And, I feel right now better than I felt before.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to do that with you.
Thank you for doing it with me.
I get to practice on her for the next 6 weeks. It's great. Thank you for sharing this with me. I love you.